today. From Los Angeles, California, this is the National Football League. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. But today, two AFC teams set to do battle. This should be a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the LA Chargers. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Herbert going to go to the air right away. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Allen, the man in motion right. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Herbert. Flush to his right. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Isaiah Spiller. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. Flushed out right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, it's only the 1st quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. And then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. First carry now for Joshua Kelly, the former Bruin. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, Did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start by running the option to the right. And some room to maneuver. Burst by him near the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson will keep it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now Jackson on 1st down. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Now this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action, sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the 1st half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Eckler now between the tackles. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. And here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Now 2nd and 3. To throw is Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw pulled in by Aguilar. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And Jackson throwing once more. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. That's second down.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw again is Jackson. He's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman on the touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson as his guys are able to extend their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Tucker now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's got a man complete. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Steps away to his left. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown. Austin Eckler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Boy, they're down only 1 score. Still first half. But they're going to line up for the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. A stoppage here for an injury, and not what you want to see. J.K. Dobbins in a little bit of pain after that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. On second down, it's Edwards. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to go.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On second and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. from the gun. Herbert on third down, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his second sack of the afternoon. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the option right is Jackson. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know, we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football and they're swinging pads at him and the brooms are out and they're trying to poke at the football for ball security. I have a feeling next week there'll be an extra session of that each and every day.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. He finds his target, Allen. And out across midfield down to the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all off, able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Running on first down, Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 2. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
On first down, Justin Herbert escaping the pressure right. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Spiller, touchdown, Chargers.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Dicker down, attack on the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Isaiah Spiller capping things off with a touchdown run. Well, it's only a one-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
Second and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Flushed it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A delayed give to Spiller. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. Oh, it's a wobbler here. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Jackson on 1st down. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
This now a 3rd and 4. Jackson now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Second and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 42. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Jackson going to run. Oh, good move. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Herbert has it knocked free. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from the 20. And the Ravens get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert. They'll roll him out right. Nice footwork. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. On the move to his left. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there. So the road a little tougher here. Now 1st and 20. Now Herbert. He'll buy some time right. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Herbert. Buying time to his left. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. Here's 1st down. Herbert gonna throw. Rolling to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Again from the 15, 2nd and 10. Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Finds Spiller on the check down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9. Herbert to throw. He gets this out to Spiller. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. What a performance. All those points.